Hello, Love Goddess. I have promised you to come back and talk about toxic feminine and toxic masculine so we could identify what each one is and why are they toxic. And so today is that day, and I'm going to talk to you about the differences between the toxic and non toxic, empowered. I like the word empowered. And so, women that are tapped into their toxic femininity look like this. They try to dress sexy while not feeling sexy. They're still in their feminine, in their masculine energy. You are being detracted, like they feel empty. If and it's so hard to like really describe the feeling that these women awaken in you, but they feel empty. They feel like they lack good conversation. They feel like you can't talk to them about deep subjects. You just they're just boring. And you don't even want to fuck them. Like, you don't even want to fuck them because they are just so empty, like, as a person, right? Those are the women that decided that if they wear short skirts and act sexy, that somehow they turn into this high value woman that guys admire. And that unfortunately is not even close to be the case because guys love high value women. Guys love women who want who have aspirations, big dreams in life. They love women who have substance and value and conversation. It is so boring to take a woman on a date and all you talk is about the food, right? Like how the food, and she can't even maintain the conversation. So, this is the woman that is very masculine in her actions. Like, she might look feminine, but she has this detracting energy about her. She is very much kind of like pragmatic, and like she lacks the softness, she lacks the genuinity, she lacks the, like, even like she doesn't smile, she doesn't look at you with loving, like she lacks the warmth, she lacks the light within. Like, she's not shining, she's not radiant. Yes, she might look sexy and she might wear high heels and a short skirt, but you don't even want to be around her because she seems very empty and very surface based. Like, you can't have deep conversations like on a human level. Like, you're not connecting to that kind of woman on a deeper level. Those are women that are coming from a place of toxic femininity. They look feminine, but their energy is very surface based, very empty. They act like a dude and they're very cold. They don't have that feminine warmth around them and about them. It's just a different. You just don't want to be around them. They're not. They think they're gonna get what they want. They also are very pragmatic in the way that they behave. Like, if they go to the bar, they might have like these ideas. Like, it's fun to play that game from time to time, and I used to do that. But like, these women are so pragmatic, and they just use people because they look at them and they don't see people behind them. They see like a wallet, like someone who can buy them a drink, right? So it's very cold, it's very pragmatic, it's very unattractive. There is no warmth around them. And so this is toxic femininity, a woman who pretends to be a woman wearing a skirt, but like there's nothing feminine or warm about this woman, right? So that is toxic femininity. And she thinks that she can get whatever the fuck she wants using her pussy. Not even kidding you. Like, she thinks that, like, hey, I can dress up this way and I can sleep my way up, right? So very unattractive kind of energy, right? You don't want to be that woman. Like, this is not what we are about at all, right? That is why I am teaching you the empowered way, how you can tap into your feminine energy from a place of being fully embodied, fully fulfilled, from a place of warmth, from a place of genuinity. Like, you want to really awaken other people's feelings, right? Feelings of warmth, feelings of love, desires, sexual desires, because they would be awakened if you are. It's like watching porn. Like 95% of porn like doesn't even exist for me. It doesn't even turn me on. In fact, if I watch it, like, I'm probably not gonna want to have sex for a week, because it's that like empty. It's that dirty. Like, this is where it comes to that, where like it can be dirty if it's shown the dirty way, right? Like, to me, that's not turning me on, right? 5% of porn is high quality. I see the quality of relationship and interaction and actually feelings. And like, if I search for porn, like, I put passionate, right? Like, or by the way, using the word slow sex can also lead you to some feminine videos. By the way, there is a feminine porn and there's a masculine porn, meaning that feminine porn means like it aims women, where masculine porn aims men, right? And so if for men 95% of porn is aiming, like, they might not get detracted from that, because they may not necessarily need that emotional connection element that women crave, right? Feminine porn is all about emotional connection, and like, even that app that I use, there are like these erotic audio stories. That is a great way to like spark that desire back. Like, if you really need a quick, like as a business order, like, I'm always in the go, go, go mindset. And, I want to get back into my feminine, my sexy, and feel that sexual tension again. And so the way I discovered to do that is through like turning on that erotic story from Deep Sea app. And like it like changes my chemistry, changes the energy, like everything. But it is a feminine way. Like erotica is more of a like emotional connection, right? And like, that is the difference. Like, I'm not teaching you, my women, my love goddesses, how to have great sex. Like, okay, sure, I teach you that too. But what I really teach you is how to play the music of emotions with other people, right? Like, it's about how they make you feel. It's about how you make them feel. It's about how you, like, it's about the feelings, the emotions, and connection with those people, right? That you're trying to seduce, attract, get into their life, and dominate their mind, right? So, yeah. So that is the difference, like the empty porn and the fulfilled porn. Like you awaken, and so that's where that toxic feminine and toxic and empowered feminine, like empowered feminine actually makes you feel the love, where toxic feminine, like, she doesn't even she's so cold, like, and empty, like, she doesn't make you feel anything, right? So that is the difference. So let's talk about toxic masculinity too. So actually, women who are toxic feminine, they are acting from a very masculine place. They think they need to act like a dude, they need to fight like a dude, they need to climb the ladder, they think they need to like cut everyone's throats to get where they are like these fighters that like they have this mentality in life that they need to be the one, and in order to be like on the top they have to like go through like turmoil and like cut other people's throats or whatever. So those are women who like very kind of cruel to themselves and to other people too, and simply because they're coming from this place of living life from that perspective, right? So they're in their masculine because they are action oriented. They need to get like they're using other people to get to their goal that they want to get, whatever that might be. And so that is the toxic masculine that shows up in a woman. She might look feminine, but she's all masculine in her energy and everything, right? And those women struggle because they can't form emotional connection with people. They have a lot of enemies. They think they need to be the strong woman and fight for themselves. And like feminine women are tapped into the flow. They are like, they don't need to fight. Things are brought to them on a silver platter because, their energy of abundance and happiness and play and flow, and like they get to the top of the mountain simply by just being happy and radiant in their own happiness, right? And so that's the difference too. Women who are toxic feminine, they pretend to be feminine, but they're very masculine because they think they need to live by masculine principles and play masculine roles, where feminine women are truly tapped into the feminine flow. They live the place from a very spiritual perspective, allow things to happen, to allow things to unfold for them, allow the universe to provide for them, allow their spirit team to guide them to their biggest goal. And that's the difference. That is not to dominate the top of the mountain and be above everyone. That is, feminine women want to collaborate with other women, and they desire blessings for all. They desire happiness for all. They desire for everyone to be in their genius and live happy lives and be fulfilled, and they are the helpers and they are the healers, right? So that is the feminine energy, and that is the true feminine energy, and that is only coming from that spirituality place, right? So now let's talk about toxic masculine. Toxic masculine is also coming from this injured masculine instinct, where something happened, they had trauma in their childhood, they think they need to fight to get to the top. Also they're just injured. They don't want to be vulnerable or tap into their emotions. And also they see women for just the objectification. Women to them is an object to fuck. And please, my love goddess, I love you so much. Like, you do not want to have any of those men near you. Please don't have sex with them. Don't bother even speaking them. Don't bother meeting them on the street. Like, and the less you interact with those kind of women, they're gonna go extinct because they wouldn't be able to procreate. Thank God, right? And so please get yourself involved with the man who is empowered masculine, right? Empowered masculine is tapped into his emotions. He can process his emotions. He can be vulnerable with you. He can talk about his feelings with you, and he can understand you, not dominate you. He can work with you and support you in everything. It's an energy of collaboration, not the energy of domination, right? And so empowered masculine will not stop your flow. He will not block your feminine. Feminine is very flowy and unexpected and like all of a sudden. So your empowered masculine will not block that energy, right? Like my husband is empowered masculine. He's almost like empowered masculine are tapped, like they're not insecure. They work through their emotions. They trust the person. They are tapped into themselves. And they are coming from a place that things will work out, right? No matter what, and they trust you. And so, where toxic masculine is, again, coming from that empty place, coming from this philosophy that they need to dominate and they need to be the one at the top. And they also coming from that place of insecurity, where they don't trust you. They think that everyone's going to betray them because they are like that. Or something happened back in their childhood, right? And so, so toxic masculine will really be afraid to tap into their emotions and go deep into the feelings, and you're gonna feel that connection is lacking, and you're gonna feel that you're being used for sex, right? You're being objectified. So that's the biggest thing that comes from toxic masculine. I'll share an example recently, and I am so fucking blessed that I have not had any of and by the way, every time like something comes up that I'm about to share, like I block those people out of my life. They have no part of me or what I'm doing, or like this is not at all. So recently, and I know for a lot of women that's the case, but for me, like I'm surrounded by empowered masculine all the time, and I'm blessed in that sense, right? And I'm blessed that a lot of men that I communicate with can relate, understand me and the place I'm coming from and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so a lot of there's so many thoughts happening in my head, I can't even express them. Anyway, I was about to share with you a story of disempowered, like our toxic masculinity, right? So on my Instagram account, I love posting my boudoir pictures. If you're here, you probably follow me there as well. And I get these random people like from Asia and from time to time, and like I don't know why I get them, like Turkey, like I don't understand how they find me, like they're male audience, and they would like ask me, do I have like OnlyFans, or like that is the example of someone who's coming from toxic masculine, because they don't understand, they don't read your captions, they don't understand what you are about, right? But this happened recently, not recently, like because I blocked them about 6 months ago, with someone who I actually personally knew and I personally invited to follow my Instagram account, and I thought they were okay guys. And then I started having comments like sending me messages to my business phone, like, Katya, you got nice booty, I like your booty. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you fucking for real? So then I get the same kind of message on my Instagram account from this guy. I was like, fuck you. So I blocked him. And then his friend, maybe a week later, and I remember I was flying from Miami and I was on a plane, and I posted this like rebellious photo of me and like some kind of like feminist kind of vibe of like, and we did the reel with my husband. By the way, my husband helps me create these. And anyway, so, and then I received this comment, and so I was in lingerie and I was like projecting this sexy woman, but like very powerful sexy woman, right? Who knows her value, and like it's for her, right? And so I receive this comment from this guy, and he tells me, oh, like, let me lick it. Like, I don't have a fucking clue what he wanted to lick, but I blocked his ass off of my profile. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is not the place. Like, don't piss me off, because like doing shit like this pisses me off. And stuff like that only would come from someone who objectifies a woman, and their state, them being so toxic in their masculinity and disempowered, someone who is seeing women for sexual objects like this, some shit like that will only come from those kind of men who are toxic masculinity. And when people say sex is dirty, yes, fuck yeah, it's dirty when it comes from that kind of low vibe energy. It's fucking dirty. It made me feel very dirty. And that's why I don't want that shit in my life. I don't want any of those comments. I do not tolerate that. I block those people out of my life immediately, like that same second. I'm not tolerating any of that stuff. And so, thank goodness, like, haven't heard back from them. And the most awkward part is I see them every week too. And they still smile at me. And they know I blocked their ass off, but they stopped talking with me. Like, no, I would say I stopped talking with them. I don't stop. I don't have a conversation. I just say hi and bye, right? Like, I still look them in the eyes. But yeah, no, that's the awkward part. Anyway, I shared you an example of like, that's why you want to be in charge who you have in your circle, because people like that will make you feel dirty, and then you're gonna start questioning yourself. You're gonna start doubting yourself, especially if you are not knowing your value or not truly tapped into your own source of value. You're gonna feel devalued, and it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. Right? I am very clear in who I am, what I do, my own value, in the sense who I am and the life and the message I project, right? That made me feel shitty for about like 5 minutes. And maybe I had this aftertaste for about a day that was shitty. But then it went away because I know my value. I know who I am, what I stand for. I was just upset that it was coming from someone I knew and see pretty much weekly. So, but this is an example of a toxic masculine and how I handled those situations. And they do come up for me, but I don't allow this to affect me, to be part of my life, to be part of my circle. Like, anyone who makes me feel dirty, inferior, they are not part of my world. However, who is part of my world? My husband makes me feel like I'm his queen. He gives me roses. He elevates me. He puts me on a pedestal. Like, oh my God, that raises my vibe. Like, he's a keeper, right? So those kind of men, they're not blocking. Like, if I want to go and do things and I'm in my free flow and I decide I'm gonna go to dance today or go watch sunset, like, he's not blocking my independence or my freedom or my feminine flow. And that is huge. Like, that is the empowered masculine that you are looking for, right? Empowered masculine actually tapped into their femininity and their vulnerability. So that's the key. They have the balance there, where toxic masculine is operating from the empty space and objectifies you as a woman and makes you feel dirty. So I guess those are the two main identificators of how to feel, find, define who is toxic masculine and toxic feminine. And you don't want any of those in your life ever. And you want to create, because you become the average of the people that you surrounding yourself with. And so I keep growing my circle to be around successful people, to be around people who are growing themselves, who are improving themselves. And so I want to be around wealthy people. I want to see, like, I want to feel like the energy of abundance that is coming from my people that where when I was growing up, I did not have that. And so I started surrounding myself with those people, right? People who make me feel elevated and beautiful and makes me feel good. And I cut off anyone who makes me not feel good or makes me doubt myself or makes me question myself. They are not part of my life, period. So, and I really want this for you as well. Like, if the person in your life is not someone who creates high vibe in your environment, cut them out. And that's my advice for you today. See you later.